Libra, we are here to do your June check-in for love and general. Love is further down, but I will incorporate it through the read. If you are new, a very warm welcome. If you're wanting a booking, the link is below, and any other videos I feel are relevant are inside the link. I am a twin flame as well as a psychic medium. I have been psychic for all my life. So if you are wanting to have a booking connected to your past over loved ones or your future path, as well as your twin flame coaching, the link is below. As well as I do cover astrology and the twin flame path as my psychic downloads come through. I come to you live and you can ask questions during the session. Let's have a look at the energy that's coming through for you for this month. Now, I will be doing a mid-month read for this as well, and there are separate videos I'm doing also. Now, the crowning energy, you have two cards that fell out. You've got the Lovers and you've got the Knight of Cups. Now, you're trying to be gentle with the situation and potentially love is on your brain. You're also very focused in your general life as to the things that make you happy. So you're really wanting to anchor in your energy and focus on the higher vibrational energies. But you could potentially be sensitive. Now, sensitive can be good, it can be bad. It can be you're empathically vibrating feelings and emotions, and you're sensing other people's feelings and emotions. But I do feel as though you're looking at the potential energy of what you want to invest in. Don't be surprised if you do feel this very deep connection with things and people that you're directly relating to this month. But again, the frequency could be where you're very playful, you're trying to be lighter with your energy. Interestingly enough, in your past energy, you may have sought guidance, or you might have felt that you were looking outside of yourself, but you had to trust your intuition at all times. I do feel as though currently where you're at, you are at a crossroad. Now, you are patient, you are waiting for things to come together in your general life as well as with love. You're understanding that in order to get the best out of a situation, you're needing to take time to actually invest in given situations that you feel are in vibrational alignment for you. I do feel as though you're looking at various ways a scenario could come about, and you can be very reflective of the past and the scenario of the storyline that went through. I'm going to pull a clarifier on that because there's more energy coming through on that one. I do feel this very daydreamy energy. It's almost like you're off in a trance. Yeah, you're saying that it could be also that you're looking at where there were lower frequency situations, but you're meditating on leaving that behind, and you're making room in your life. You're leaving the old behind. You're realizing that in order to have the new, some things need to go by the wayside. Now, with the Judgment, it can be connected to, again, a spiritual path and taking it to the next level, but having faith in the process. Some of you might be getting engaged, some of you might be getting married, some of you might be making a judgment based on a previous connection, be it you were married or you had a connection with them. You may be reflecting back on those energies as well. There's also the energy with your work and anything you're directly working on, because this is the general part of it, but there is an energy of love coming through. You may be looking at taking something to the next level, out with the old, in with the new, and having the faith in this. In your work domain, you're feeling quite centered, and it might be that you are needing to be more organized and trying to keep as grounded as possible to achieve many of the tasks. I do feel you're going to be noted for your work. What is working for you is being organized so that you can have a work-life balance, and you're realizing that in order to have this balanced out, you're going to have to be centered to be able to handle all the dynamics that are coming. And I feel intuitively, especially in the past tense position with the Queen of Cups, I feel you are really trusting in your intuition and knowing that in order to manifest healthy things, higher vibrational things, You need to be on your ball game. So by focusing on what you need to be and keeping yourself grounded, getting adequate rest, achieving your goals and your target marks, I feel as though you're going to have more time for socialization and the workflow. I'm also seeing a key to finding a solution to a problem at work. It may also be something you're directly working on, trying to find the extra piece of the puzzle to make that a more balanced scenario. So it doesn't have to be employment, but there is employment energy coming through here for those of you that's relevant. What will be blocking you from this situation is if you don't focus on we can't rest on our laurels. If we're only in hope, we're resting on our laurels. So what will block you is if you become complacent and don't note the areas that need balancing, and continue to set your targets and understand that by keeping organized, it's going to assist in this process. Yeah, I'm hearing there has to be work-life balance. Yes, you do need a bit of time out, but at the same time, still try and gradually achieve your targets. Because if you become aloof due to the fact that you're purging or dealing with something at a 3D level, I do feel that energy will become a bit imbalanced. But at the heart of the matter, with your work, you are going to be quite centered. So I do feel you'll have it balanced. In your financial domain, you're having to have strength. And I do feel by August, things will really shape up for you. And it's, what's really working for you is taking the mature approach and, focusing on all the areas in your life at a financial level and allowing something to mature, allowing it to get to the point where you're setting your targets and your goals financially. And I'm seeing energies of wanting to spend money on particular areas, but also being very accountable when it does come to what you need to do to make that happen. I do feel a lot of manifestation coming through for you guys by August, even though this is a June read. What will block you on a financial level is getting into that lower frequency of feeling, gee, this is never going to happen. I do feel if you proceed and you have the strength, you are going to have a very good nest egg. But you do need to get to the point where, you take on that Leo energy and you grab the bull by the horns and you achieve those targets that you've set. Really, in a sense of focusing on it, try not to focus on too many variables, hone in on one or two. And this year that was very relevant, especially connected to the astrology. I feel if you can really meditate upon what you're wanting, make that decision and go for it, I do feel it's going to be more balanced. We do tend to get a bit left, right. That's where we're giving our power away. There's no right or wrong road. It's just continue to achieve, continue to try, and whatever comes at you at left field, you will deal with. Now, do be mindful that this month, by mid-month, the nodes in Cancer and Mars are really setting a tone of a purge when it does come to feminine frequency. So there can be dynamics on the family front. And, with this, you can be doing a lot of reflection back. So there can be troubles within the family domain, but try and say things from their perspective. Yes, Chiron is in Aries, which it's the first house, so we do tend to look at it from our perspective, which is necessary. We all have our own truth, but if we have that understanding and compassion, especially when we're speaking from our truth, what we can do is understand that it doesn't mean that it's another person's truth, but it is your perspective, and that's okay. But don't battle it, Try and come to a compassionate understanding that any delays are temporary. There will be trigger points connected to the astrology. But if you're in mindfulness about it, it will work out. Anything connected to children, karmics, family, your childhood, these wounds are going to come up. And that energy is reflection back. Any troubles that are there, they're going to come to the surface, but it is going to finalize it where things can get back on balance. What will work for you in the family domain is, not looking at them as an enemy or the wound as the enemy, but as a solution to resolve conflict. So even if there are crosswords, it is going to resolve it. But what will block you is if you pretend that, things can't come at left field. So be ready for the surprises, but at the same time, it might knock you back and delay you a little bit, but at the same time, it's necessary. So it's funny, in this section, I'm really feeling that's not a negative thing. don't presume to feel we know everything. You know, there might be some elements of storylines that we were unaware of, and after the fact, I feel you will look at the scenario very differently. So I'm hearing don't jump the gun. Now, in your love domain, okay, many of you can be reflecting back on a previous person of the past. Some of you are directly dealing with them right now, but there's two energies. So there's an energy where it's an ex and you're reflecting back on, and there's others where you've moved forward, you're reflecting back in general, connected to a past. Presently, you are in your heart chakra, you're following your intuition, you are moving into emotional balance, and this can be within the connection or towards the energy of your feelings of what you feel your entitlement is. If you're in the connection with the person, I do feel this energy is flowing. Although moving forward, you're actually being more cautious about what you share with external individuals. You can actually have some plans up your sleeve for those of you who are together, where you're keeping your cards close to your chest and you're manifesting your hopes, dreams and goals. I do feel you're taking precaution when it does come to protecting, even if you're not in communication with this person. I feel you're in general protecting the energy of your feelings and thoughts, and you really do love this person, okay? Yeah, there's more consistency coming through when it does come to the relationship. And that's the energy that you're actually requiring. You're like, right, if I'm investing in this situation, even if it was from a person from the past, the vibration is you're open to love, you're open to the energy of how you wish it to be, and you know that in order for success to come in this relationship, you know, it can be you're dealing with finances, but I'm also seeing emotional balance and filling your own cup, and therefore both cups being filled dually. But I do feel more consistency coming through, and some of you, your goals and your targets are actually going to start balancing out. With this privacy connected to your love, you're coming out of this sad frequency and realizing, you know, how things are going to move forward, but you're going to be cautious about what you share. Even if you are feeling down, I feel you're in your you know, you're in your higher consciousness as to the reasons why, but you're really taking a lot of accountability and you're proceeding forward. I just feel as though you don't have time to be reflecting back. It's like you're really shifting forward, like there's an energetic necessity to move forward overall in your read, like really powering through. You're going to be more direct and passionate, so it can be you're more playful and flirtatious. And it is, you know, even looking at yourself like you're the prize and knowing your self-worth. Internally, you might be reflecting over, you know, how you were when you were together in the initial stages, how you first met, that's what I'm hearing, or how things were in the early stages. You can be reflecting over some photos or a text message or an email, something that was said in letter form or in picture form, I'm saying. I do feel some of you might be going on a trip. This could be physical movement, where you will be moving with this individual, but it will be on a weekend or it will potentially be a holiday, but it does feel that that is coming. But there's movement in general that is not correlating with work. It is movement in general. Okay. Counterpart's energy is happening to be quite strong. So I do feel that they're looking at their health, they're looking at their diet, they're looking at their mind, they're looking at their energy, be it feminine or masculine, and they're really looking at the energy where they're wanting to be in their higher power. Internally, they may be sad about some things that are happening, but externally, you know, it might be due to a younger person, something in its new stage. They had trusted someone and this person had betrayed them. It's very separate to you. And I feel they're looking at them differently. I feel that they're looking at them like, gee, I really thought I knew you, but I didn't. And this isn't even coming through that it's about you. It's something very separate that they're directly dealing with. But they're really being firm on it. I'm not thinking about this anymore. I've made my decision. This could even be a karmic energy coming across as, you know, I'm hearing gossip and crows. If they're dealing with a karmic with children or, you know, an immature energy external to them, I do feel they're saying the falseness of this energy. They're saying the truth. They're saying the truth of who this person is, but I don't feel it's towards you. I'll pull 3 cards in relation to you. Okay. Internally inside, they feel you're a real blessing. And they have a lot of fun around you. They do feel really happy around you. There are external situations going on though. They've actually avoided misfortune by seeing the truth of a situation. And they don't want to have any misfortune with you. So they're trying to, some of these things I feel they're internalizing. But at the same time, how they feel about you is very stable. How they feel about an external situation is quite upsetting and frustrating, maybe even angry, but really like an epiphany moment. But I do feel as though they're looking at things and wanting to have that balance moving forward and knowing what way they're going. Love and light. I'll see you during the month.